Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm getting ready to paint, so I figured it'd be nice to, next time I do paint, since it's been a while, go ahead and get it on camera, show everybody how I get it done. And that's really not that hard, so hopefully it inspires some friends and all those who are artists or aspiring artists. Or you ever thought about painting but just didn't know how to, thought maybe I'd make a tutorial just to show you how really easy it is. It could be inexpensive. You can start with whatever type of brushes you want. I suggest start with the $8 kits that give you an assortment of brushes from all different sizes. But as you get more advanced, you're going to see you need more brushes, and you're going to be more picky with what the brushes do, because you're going to know that some of the cheaper brushes don't blend the colors half as well. So right here is one of my first paintbrush kits that I got, and it was relatively cheap. I think about $8, and it gave me like 20 to 30 brushes. And as I started painting with it, I said, these just don't really mix the colors too well. More or less, when you start to put the color on the canvas, it makes it more bristly. It doesn't blend in so well. You can see all the pattern on the way you went left to right. It's really these brushes. This is one of them that I got in the kit, and these bristles are a synthetic or some type of, I don't know the technical names for it. It doesn't load paint that well, and it kind of clumps in some of them, and it doesn't clean that well. So I don't know if that's my fault. Sorry, I'm a rookie, or just I don't know. But I know when I got the more expensive brushes, day and night difference. I was able to get, well, you see the paint's back here. When you start with a base, you get a whole lot more, and this is on my profile. Everybody can see all the artwork I've done. This is the brush I went out and got. This is a Robert Simmons brush, a titanium. It's a number 16 brush. But anyway, you can see there that, yeah, you can mix in a very good medium of colors. And then also I followed up with the fan brush. It's just the same Robert Simmons brush. This is a number 8 fan brush, very wide, and I was able to get the clouds mixed in pretty well. So this is one of the first ones I did. I was pretty happy with it. Got the whole ocean scene done in the wave and the pattern of the way the wave rolls up and crashes down and all that. So I was happy with that. So then the second one I did was this one right here. And very, very happy with this. I wanted to get a little bit more extensive with the mixing of the colors. So he started with the blue, went down to the yellow. The yellow's way too bright, but I didn't have a softer yellow, so I just had to use what I had. And then as I mixed in between my reds and the yellows, it gave me that orange. I do not have an orange color in my tackle box of all the oil colors that I have, so it actually blended very well thanks to, once again, this brush. And it gave me a soft orange medium between the blue and the yellow. Now this is the first time today I'm going to be using this brush. This is a Bob Ross brush, actually. This is the background 2-inch blending brush. Once again, the bristles are very thick through and through. And you always saw that man, the Afro guy on Channel 6, right? Or whatever station it was in your area. And he did amazing work with this, so I'm going to see what I can do. So, and then we have our painting palette. Thin, easy, laminated on the front, and I never cleaned it very well. That's why it's so messy, but hey, it works for me. So what I started off with was a cobalt blue, which is a really rich blue for our sky, and the earth tones is a alizarin crimson. That's our red. A sap green. I don't know if you can see that. A sap green for the grass and whatever trees we make. Jump down here to a zinc yellow, which the yellow is way too bright, but I can make it work. I can soften it a lot. I'm just going to use it so sparingly in the sky. It does not really matter too much. And then, as I said earlier, I don't have an orange. I made that orange out of a crimson red and this very yellow right here. So if you guys know secondary colors, you know how to make whatever you don't have, as long as you have the 3 primary colors. You learned that in 3rd grade, I believe. Maybe I did. Maybe you guys learned it in kindergarten. I don't know. Maybe I was a late bloomer. And then this is titanium white. And you get, whenever you go out and buy your paint, get the big tube of titanium white because you will use a lot of it. And this down here, sorry, is a Van Dyke Brown Umber, which is just a really dark brown to make mountains or the ground, darken up anything with shadows. It's a good medium for whenever you're mixing other colors because that's all the painting is anyway. Likewise, to clean our brushes and to keep everything neat, because these brushes are very expensive. I think this one was $50 and this brush was about $35, and once again this one was about $20. So we definitely want to preserve our brushes. Even if you get the cheaper ones, don't just let them dry out. Oil painting is not forgiving. If you let your brushes dry, you will be buying some new ones. This is a container made, see if you, I don't know if you guys can see that there. It has these this wire mesh in there, and then I used a paint thinner, which is of course an odorless paint thinner, because no one will like you if you are painting in the house with a just regular paint thinner. Anybody who's ever used it, you will get a headache real fast. Or the odorless Terpenoid, which actually that's what's in this right now, is a Terpenoid, and it's just a real good paint solvent. And that wire bristles down there is when you stick your brush in there to clean it, it actually helps get the paint off of the bristles for you. So it's very helpful. And then, of course, accompany that with a paper towel to help dry off your brushes, and use a shirt you don't care about. So when you're done, you can just get that out. And you'll be hearing me slap this table leg here to make sure I get the paintbrush dry. Also, before we start painting anything on the canvas, it's just dry, and you can't really have that. It doesn't let the paint blend very well. So what I got, it was this can of Magic White, and I guess it's a base of thinner. It's like a perfect mix of thinner and that titanium white or whatever white they chose to use, and it's just awesome stuff. It helps blend your whole picture, your whole painting together. This is a wet on wet style that I'm going to be using, because that's pretty much all I learned how to paint by. I don't, if you know any other techniques, you let me know. Hey, just go ahead and give me a message and say, hey Ed, why don't you try doing this? And hey, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. So we're going to start with this brush, and before I even start to put any paint on the brush, I always start with preloading it with the thinner just a little bit, because I do not want the paint to load into these bristles too much, and it becomes very hard to clean. So I'm going to wind up keeping this paint thinner down here, so on the floor, because I have a linoleum floor, so if I get paint thinner on it, I don't care. It's not going to do anything. Okay, now we're going to start off with that Magic White, ever so sparingly. Not a lot at all. Look how much I got on there, and, well, you guys can't see that, can you? I'm sorry. So I'm going to start there. You guys can barely see how much I'm putting on here, but I'm trying to use it so sparingly just to spread over the canvas. So next time I have a tutorial or I'm showing what I'm painting, just know that I put the Magic White on there beforehand. Okay, now what I figure I'm going to do is start. Remember, I'm left-handed, you guys, so work with me. I'm trying to keep the camera fair to where you guys can see anything I'm doing. Now, remember I said I created that orange color? I figure it's gloomy outside, so we'll do a autumn day. So I'll go ahead and bring in a little bit of that orange onto that white I had. Remember, I still have that Magic White on my bristles. I'm bringing that orange down